Hello investors, traders, and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, co-founder of Market Club, with your midday update for Tuesday, the 11th of February. So is it tricky Tuesday? That's the question on my mind. Typically we see markets reverse direction on Tuesday. Certainly that hasn't been the case so far today. We have very strong markets right now in the equity markets, but that can change perhaps later today. We'll see what happens. But we'll also be looking at Tesla today, which has made new highs, and we'll be analyzing that stock. We're very bullish on Tesla. And also looking at gold, which is making a strong comeback, moving to 12-week highs, and also on the crude oil and the natural gas markets, both of which are in bull markets. So let's get started right away. But first of all, if you're not using our members blog and ask about any market and get an answer, you're really missing out one of the best features of Market Club. Here you can ask any question and you will get an answer. You can see right now we have Sue asking about the stock of Tesla, and you can see my response here. So let's get started right away. And we'll start with gold. So here's a chart of gold. You can see this is actually spot gold, and you can see we've had a nice base. We've been talking about this base for some time, the double bottom, and the fact that we've had a really nice play coming in from these lows. You can see this really big base, and we've broken out over the top, expecting this market to go higher, probably to the 340 area, which is where we are right here. There's a previous resistance, but psychologically the $1,300 level is going to be a problem for this market. Psychologically, that's all. So let's move on. This is the ETF GLD, which tracks gold, and as you can see, it's pretty much doing the same thing. It's is 1/10 the value of gold and is backed by gold. So a lot of investors like to trade this particular ETF. This is the stock of Tesla. As you can see, it made new highs today. It is slightly higher for the day, trading at 197. And what we would like to see in this stock, you can see that our monthly trade triangle kicked in right here at 186, and saying that the trend is higher at plus 100. Now what we'd like to see is some sort of consolidation around these levels and then move higher. We'll see if that works out. But generally speaking, we could see Tesla going to the 250, 270. Now, Tesla's due to announce its earnings around the 18th of the month, and that could be a big game changer, both on the upside and the downside. Let's see how that works out. But generally speaking, if you're on a desert island and you didn't know anything when they announced their earnings, you'd want to be long this stock. So let's move on. We're looking at crude oil. This is the March contract of crude oil. As you can see, this is a very, very key area for this market, just over $100. We expected to get there. It certainly did that. We had some nice buy signals. Now remember, we use our daily and weekly for trading. Our last position was 97.94. Currently trading over 100, so a nice little profit in there. We are plus 60, which means we could be going into a trading range, and we are entering into an overbought situation. So be a little bit careful there. The fact that we've had 3 days in a row here where we sort of moved sideways is a little bit concerning, very similar to this pattern here. So be careful on this market if you are long. This is the ETF for natural gas, UNG, and you can see it's pulled back pretty much to a 61.8% pullback from the highs to the lows, and we are back to support area on the RSI. So I would imagine right around these levels you're going to see some sort of support come into this market and potentially a regrouping. Let's say you can see it's up today, but it's really kind of trying to consolidate around that 61.8% Fibonacci support area. So let's see how that plays out. But generally speaking, this is a very volatile market. The last couple of weeks probably we've had some big moves from the 27 area down to about the 23, 22 area. So that's very, very concerning in that sense. But trend is your friend. A longer-term trend monthly is up, and the weekly is also up, indicating that the trend is higher for this market. Looking at the dollar, you can see this is the dollar against the euro, and you can see that the dollar has actually been going down against the euro, and I think that's the important element to look at. We're back over the 50 line, indicating the potential for this market to go higher, but it is in a sort of broad trading range. No strong feeling on this market at the moment. This is the Dow. You can see the Dow has come back dramatically from the lows that were seen in early February. And we're at an area now probably where we're going to hit some Fibonacci numbers. Let's just put a Fibonacci retracement in here. So right around 16,050, I think we're going to start to see some problems in this market. So again, I would not be super bullish at this point in time. We are back up to the 50 line, which is resistance, so I would not be anxious to jump in and start buying stocks at the moment. Pretty much the same picture with the S&P 500. We can draw the Fibonacci there. It's gone probably a little bit further than the Fibonacci, which is not totally unusual, but you can see there you are right around the 1808, 1807 level, and we're currently trading at 1812, so we're very close to that area. So I expect that is going to be a problem, and if you look at this further, you can see that we had some areas back here which actually were a concern. So potentially what we could be looking at, and it's not there yet, but this market could be beginning to build pretty big tops. So we'll have to see how that works out. On the NASDAQ has come back dramatically, a little bit over the 50 line, indicating a potential, maybe some more strength, but certainly I can't see the NASDAQ going it alone if we have some problems with the Dow and also the S&P 500. Hey, this is Adam Hewison. I hope you enjoyed this quick update, and be sure to ask us a question on our Q&A section on Market Club. Have a great trading day, everyone.
You can find Adam Hewison as a regular contributor on Bloomberg, Business News Network, CNBC, and Fox Business News.